Hello, everyone. I am Lamarr Townsend. I am a psychic and energy channeler, a tarot reader, and an astrologer. And if you would like a personal reading from me, definitely check out my website, lamartownsendtarot.com, is where you can check out readings from me. Also, make sure you follow me on my Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, Vimeo, and I also have a podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcast, Anchor, and more. Cleopatra told me to clear my throat. I'm having some allergy issues, so this video is conversations with Cleopatra. As you can see, this is the queen of the Nile herself, or at least her altar. I would show you her altar. I would show you like her statue, but I'm not sure if she cares to do all that really. I think she just kind of wants to talk and chat, and I think she's just kind of fine where she is right now. Um, Also behind me is Isis, the goddess Isis. I also have an altar dedicated to Isis because in her waking life, Cleopatra was a follower of Isis. So why I'm doing this is number one, me and Cleopatra have a very interesting relationship. I consider myself a child of Cleopatra, whether that means I'm, a reincarnated child of Cleopatra or, just a child like you people will call themselves a child of Oshun, Ologun and, all these other Orishas. That's kind of like how I treat my relationship with Cleopatra in this lifetime is that, I'm basically, and she really wants me to hold this malachite as I talk. So I'm going to hold this piece of malachite in her waking life. I believe the ancient Egyptians really, really liked malachite. They used malachite a lot, but I think this is one of her favorite stones, so she wants me to hold this. I think she knows maybe I'm a little bit nervous for some reason. I don't know. But, where was I? Where was I? I was talking about the malachite, and then, but I got sidetracked into the malachite. Um, I don't know. Okay, let's just get back to where I got here. So the way my relationship with Cleopatra is very interesting. Um, I've always felt drawn to ancient Egyptian culture. Never knew why. Many years ago, maybe two years ago, I actually did maybe one or two readings on Cleopatra. This was before I actually started working with her and creating an altar for her. And when I was doing the Cleopatra eyes, and then suddenly I found myself like being drawn to Cleopatra herself. And once I started working with her more, and she took to me like immediately. Cleopatra's spirit. By the way, we're talking about. She wants me to emphasize this. We're talking about Cleopatra the seventh, because there were more than one. All right, she wants me to emphasize that. We're talking about Cleopatra the seventh, the last ruler, pharaoh, queen of Egypt. Okay, she wants me to emphasize that. Um, the one thing I noticed when I started working with Cleopatra, she took to me like instantly, and it was like almost weird to me because I was like, why is this Egyptian queen like taking to me so much? Almost like she knows me. Well, it turns out I got a reading a couple days ago or yesterday from a friend of mine, and we were talking about Cleopatra and my relationship with her and how she's just made some amazing changes in my life since working, and at this point reconnecting with her. And my friend was telling me, well, I told you you had a past life in Egypt, and I think you actually were connected to her. I think my friend saw me as one of Cleopatra's consorts or friends, trusted advisors. I was also gay in ancient Egypt as well. She saw me, so apparently me and Cleopatra do have a past life connection, and actually on her altar, actually I do have my I guess I don't know if she wants me to show you, but I have my what is it called? My natal chart and her natal chart. And we're both Capricorns. We both have a lot of similar placements in our charts, I noticed. So there's a lot of similarities between me and Cleopatra. I say all this to say it turns out that the reason why she took to me so well and the reason why I was so drawn to her is because we knew each other in a past life. Meaning, I knew her as Cleopatra in her past life. She knew me as, I'm not sure. Maybe we'll find out in this reading. But, so this conversations with Cleopatra came about as just me and my some of my friends in Tracy Brown's book club, just kind of talking about Cleopatra. And one of the things that came up was she black or not? Was because there's this big thing with was she was white, she was Greek, but no one knows anything about her mother. So I figured who better to go to or ask than Cleopatra herself, you know. And it seems that she has such a liking to me and a taking to me that you know it's like, well, she'll talk to you, so you know just you know do a conversations with Cleopatra. So I say all this to say I have done my introduction. We're gonna let the Queen of the Nile, the my lady as I like to call her herself, come in. I already feel her presence, and we're gonna have a conversation with Cleopatra. I actually feel like I should scoot over and let her sit, or like something, or maybe I should just scoot over so you guys can see her more. But then I'm like, you can't see me because the lighting. She's like, move the lighting. Okay. One thing you'll find about Cleopatra is that she's very demanding. But we love that. We love that about her. At least I love that about her. All right. Okay, Cleopatra. Um. Um. Cleopatra. We talked a little bit earlier. We talked about what my intention was with this reading. So I do have some questions, but I do kind of want you to come in and say whatever it is you need to say and just you know channel the energy. So I'm gonna say a quick prayer. I guess she wants me to pray really quickly. Thank you, Father God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Isis, for bringing forth the energy of Cleopatra. Thank you for protecting my space in my home, making it a sacred space where Cleopatra feels comfortable talking. Thank you for protecting the energies, thoughts of the and minds of those watching this video, and just thank you for making a space where Cleopatra feels comfortable telling us her truth from her words, from her spirit. Amen, amen, and amen. You're welcome, Queen. What do you have to say? I am Queen, Queen of the Nile, Queen of Egypt. I am Egypt. I was Egypt. Egypt was in me. Egypt was in me. I'm wondering if you mean. Obviously, we know Egypt was in you in terms of a soul essence, but I'm wondering if you do you mean that in a literal sense too? She says, "Yes, I do. I mean it in a literal sense. I lived and breathed Egypt, but I was Egyptian. I am Egyptian. My mother was a concubine. My mother was a concubine. My mother was a concubine. That's why nothing is known about her. That's why nothing is written about her. She was a concubine. And concubines had nothing to do, it had more to do with, like, I guess race ethnicity is what you're showing me. Ptolemaic, yeah, so it seems, okay. But Ptolemaic, which she is Ptolemaic. Ptolemaic is, Ptolemy was Cleopatra's father. Ptolemy is also was a general of Alexander the Great, which is the descendant from where she comes from. But she's saying that during her reign or her dynasty, the Ptolemaic, what word do you want me to use? The Ptolemaic gene? I don't know if that works in today's. One thing I'm noticing is that there's a little bit of language barriers too. I don't know if gene is the right word. I get what you're saying, but I think blood, like, or bloodline. The Ptolemaic bloodline reigned supreme. So if you weren't of a Ptolemaic bloodline, which was Greek Macedonian, that makes sense. Then you were everything else fell underneath that. So then I didn't know much about my mother. I didn't know much about her. And what little was known was swept under the rug. So I guess what you're saying is maybe the reason your mother's identity was swept under the rug was because of her race or her ethnicity? Because of the hierarchy of ancient Egypt at that time. Is that what you're saying? She's saying yes, precisely. So I was Egyptian by nature. And in her phrasing, in her language, by nature, she means by blood. That's what I'm getting. She's also she says she loves this. This is my Cleopatra gown I keep above your altar. Of course, yeah. But you're saying that okay, so you're saying that you put the Ptolemy bloodline, the Ptolemaic Greek Macedonian bloodline in you first. Like you put that in the forefront. That makes sense. Another interesting thing that I found about you that a lot of people say is that you were the only one of your dynasty that actually took the that actually took the like gumption or took the ambition to actually like learn ancient Egyptian. So even though your dynasty, your father, your brothers, that helped you rule with you until you were able to rule yourself, um, spoke Greek, I guess, or Macedonian. I'm not sure of the language, but like you, first of all, you spoke 9 languages in your waking life, right? But then there's something about you. You were the only one in your entire dynasty or lineage of ruling pharaohs to learn the Egyptian language. That kind of makes more sense to me now with the possibility of you being Egyptian. But I don't know if I feel comfortable saying possibility. Like to me, it sounds like you were sure you were Egyptian. Like you were sure that your mother was most likely not of Ptolemaic descent. Is that what you're saying? Yes. Okay. So it feels like to me Cleopatra's mother is the kind of a point of I don't want to say contention, but a point of like feeling lost, feeling abandoned, feeling sad, feeling like not connected. It almost feels like to me like someone who's biracial or of mixed ethnic, makeup or whatever, mixed racial, you know what I mean. Um, that it seems like you had like those kind of issues maybe where you didn't feel like you fit fully into the Ptolemaic kind of Greek, or where you felt like you resonated with that, but you also resonated very strongly for some reason with this ancient Egyptian culture that you were actually the ruler of. That makes sense. Your father banished your mother. Your father. I'm hearing father banished my mother. My father banished my mother. So I think either Cleopatra's. The reason why Cleopatra's. There's not much information about Cleopatra's mother is because either A, the father Ptolemy, I don't know which one it is, banished her for some reason. Two, she was not of Ptolemaic descent or she was not of Greek Macedonian descent. She may have been of Egyptian descent, and I know that sounds weird, but even if Cleopatra's mother was of Egyptian descent, she would still be beneath, the Ptolemaic Greek descent, if that makes sense. So it's kind of like I don't know if it's racial hierarchy or if it's like ethnic. It's ethnic hierarchy. It's ethnic hierarchy. And ironically, during Cleopatra's time, the Egyptian, if you were of Egyptian ethnic or racial descent, you were still not beneath or lower than, but you were lower than Cleopatra. You were lower than anyone of Ptolemaic or Greek descent, right? That's what I get, because it was the Ptolemies, it was the Greek Macedonians that ruled Egypt, ancient Egypt at that time. Okay, that makes sense. So this kind of makes sense to me. If you had ancient Egyptian in you, blood in you, I get why you kind of gravitated so strongly towards the culture. If it's in you, that makes sense. That makes sense. She says, "I am Greek Macedonian by heart, but I am Egyptian by nature." I don't know what that means. Can you break that down a little bit more? You're Greek Macedonian by heart. Heart, blood pumps through your heart. So you're Greek Macedonian by blood, but Egyptian by nature. She's kind of speaking in riddles. What I'm getting about that is Mother Nature. So you're saying your mother was Egyptian again. Okay. Yeah. I know we can't use that word though. I can't say that word. I can't. I can't say that word. That's yeah. It's just not a good word for today's time. You were biracial. You were biracial. Technically you were multicultural, right? Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, yeah. Fair enough. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. There's a lot of blood in the Nile. There's blood in the Nile, on the Nile. Something about the Nile and blood. The depths of the ocean. I'm hearing something about the depths of the ocean, the Nile. Um, wait. She's going too fast. So wait, you're talking about you and Mark Antony's tomb. Okay. Are you saying it's near the Nile? No. Okay. Okay. Go ahead. She's showing me the Nile and the Nile River full of red blood, I guess. I don't know what that means. And then you're talking about your tomb. Are you saying your tomb is in the Nile? Is because that's what it sounds like. Is your tomb in the Nile? Your tomb's in the Nile or near the Nile. Is the Nile near Alexandria? Because I heard that you were like buried in Alexandria, although Alexandria is in ancient Egypt. Alexandria was what's the word? Architectured after Greece, right? Or Greek culture, which is still today. You can still visit Alexandria, ancient Egypt, yes. But you're saying you're near the Nile. She's saying she's either in the Nile River, near the Nile River. There's something connected to her in the Nile River, like in terms of maybe there's something buried there, or your tomb is there. Someone's tomb is there. Something's in the Nile River. Something's near the Nile River. Um, okay, she's she's saying she had pet monkeys. She had pet giraffes. She had pet cheetahs or cheetah-looking animals. Um, but she's saying something about the Nile River. Mm. She's saying I knew you as Monsieur something. She's saying she's saying you were skinnier then. You were skinnier then. Um, your eyes look the same. That's how I recognize you. Wow. She's saying to me that my eyes look the same. I guess it's to when she was living, which is interesting because they always tell me whenever I put on that eye makeup, that Egyptian eye makeup, that my eye look Egyptian whenever I do that. My eyes look Egyptian. She says they do. That's because that's how your eyes looked when I met you, when I knew you. Your eyes look the same. She's saying my eyes look the same. They look the same. She's looking at me literally in my eyes. She's saying they look the same. Interesting. Let me show them my eyes. She's saying show them your eyes. I don't know. I mean, she's saying my eyes look the same as when I knew her back in ancient Egypt. Okay. Ptolemy. Ptolemy. Was I friends with Ptolemy or something like that as well? Okay. Cleopatra Celine. Is that why I'm so like drawn to her? Like I'm drawn to Cleopatra Celine for some reason too, so I must have known her too. Like in I traveled with you? Really? Oh, okay. She says we've lived many past lives together. Not just as me as Cleopatra and you as Monsieur. She keeps saying Monsieur something. I guess that was my name then. And maybe it started with an M. Okay, an M. Interesting. She is showing me, I guess this is me. I was skinny, definitely of a more lighter caramel complexion, I guess. Skinny. I can see the skinniness she's talking about. I can see the same eyes. I see myself writing something down. I see myself with the Egyptian headdress that looks more like a guard. And I see myself writing something down. You're showing me myself as in my ancient Egyptian self writing something down, thinking and then writing something down, thinking and then writing something down. I was very methodical. Was I your spy? Was I one of your spies? Cuz I don't know why I just got that. Okay, I think I was one of Cleopatra's good Judies. I think that makes so much sense. Okay. This is amazing. She's saying we grew up together. You're a royal. I'm a royal? Yes, you're a royal. Okay. You were well educated under my rule, under my reign. My father, I guess I knew something about your father. I knew your father. Why am I seeing like a really tall man? Was your dad really tall? I don't know why I see myself looking up at him. Ooh, this is a lot, Cleopatra. All right. Very protective of you. I appreciate that. Very protective of you. Thank you. I feel that. I feel that. Like I feel that. I feel that. Like a brother sister. Yeah. Yeah. She's looking at the camera and like, don't mess with him. That's why I see her being like, don't mess with this one. We know, Cleo. We know. We know how you get down. We know, honey. All right. I think she liked to do her nails or something like something with her nails or like pedicure, something with your hands. I see like you'd like to do. You were definitely someone that like was all about learning new ways to do things. Like it's like you were someone. It seems like what you're showing me is you were someone similar to me in this lifetime, where it's like if you have a problem, you're gonna figure out how to do it yourself first before you go to anyone else with it. She says yes for one, fear of embarrassment, and for two, there's potential to like find gold in it. There's potential to discover something to, um, and almost in this time she's trying to say like make money off of it. Like that's what you're saying, but you're saying it in a more of a alchemist way. It's the time barrier. She was born in. She was. You were obviously born in a different. I mean, we're talking 3,000 years ago. So yeah. All right. She's saying there will be an exhibit soon. There will be an exhibit in my honor. There will be an exhibit in my name. She's showing me the year 2022. I don't know if they're gonna find. I hope they find something more about like more of your things. My birthday, maybe around your timing of your birthday, something will be unveiled. Is that what you're saying? Check the Nile. She's saying check the Nile. Check around the Nile River. There could be something of hers around there. Um, I am buried there. She's saying she's buried near the Nile River, by the Nile River. That's what she's saying. With me, it all ended. The legacy of Egypt ended with me. I am Egypt. The last reigning and ruling pharaoh. I think her mother. I don't know. It's interesting. I think her mother may have not been Greek. She may have been Egyptian or something like that. She may have. But my thing is if the mother was like. But you're saying it was a concubine. Your mother was a concubine, so I'm thinking that it's more than just like a wham bam, in this day and age. But you're saying she was a concubine, so I'm assuming your father like really liked this woman, even though she technically wasn't. He wasn't supposed to be with her based on like hierarchical, you know, standards. She was a prostitute, but your father kept the baby. Well, we're glad she kept the baby, but at the same time, it's like it's interesting to me. There was something special about you then. Like it wasn't really about your father and the mother. It was really about you. Yes, I so. She says, "Why? Yes, I suppose so." Yeah, I think what I'm getting is that your mother, whomever she is, um, and your father were meant to just bring you into this world. Because I find it interesting that there's nothing really known about her. She's saying straight out that she was of Greek and Egyptian descent. She fully believes that or believed that. She says it hurts that I didn't know much about my mother, or don't know much about my mother, but she obviously knows more now. But it's like her history has been so washed, washed out. She's saying. Um, she's saying in today's standards, in today's terms, yes, I was white and I was black. I was mixed. I was mixed race. But you cannot claim me fully as your own. I am Egypt. I am Egyptian. That is my heart and soul, and that's all I have to say. So, I think at the heart and soul of Cleopatra, she considered herself Egyptian. What did she say? She said in her heart she's Egyptian, but by nature she is wait. In her heart she's Greek Macedonian, but by nature she's Egyptian. So that was an interesting talk. Is there any last words you have to say, Cleopatra? Love yourselves, love your country, and love your people. The world is ours to conquer. Knowledge is key, knowledge is power. All it takes is a thought to change your world. All it takes is strategy to get out of your circumstances. Never let anyone get you down. Never let anyone try to trap you or get you stuck. This is a man's world, but women and femininity take the cake. And she said, and she said, and she says, and eat it too. All right, you guys, this has been Conversations with Cleopatra. I love you, my queen. Thank you so much for listening and watching. If you would like to hear more from me or from Cleopatra, if you would like more conversations with Cleopatra, if you have any specific conversations, she's saying maybe next time we can talk about magic or beauty or something like that. If you guys have any questions, put them in the comment section below. All right, you guys, love and light. Cleopatra says bye.